Good morning, Bees. This is your proud principal, Mrs. Meneses, bringing you today's Bees Breaking News. Buenos días, abejitas. Les saluda su directora, Mrs. Meneses, y estoy muy contenta de traerles los anuncios de hoy. Today, boys and girls, is day 4 in the Discovery Time schedule. Hoy es el día 4 en el horario del descubrimiento. Today is Wednesday, November 18th, 2020. Hoy es miércoles, el 18 de noviembre del 2020. And we have some very special birthdays to celebrate. Let's see, November 18th, we have in 5th grade, Donica Silva is celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday, Donica. And in 1st grade, Caden Longoria celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday, Caden. Let's sing them the birthday song. Let's see. Happy, happy birthday from all of us to you. Feliz, feliz cumpleaños. May all your dreams come true. Hey! And did you know that yesterday was Miss Melissa Urban's birthday? Somehow it wasn't on our list. So Miss Urban is one of our beautiful nurses who was here yesterday. So send a birthday wish to her as well. I went ahead and sang her the birthday song yesterday in the clinic. So, all right, boys and girls, I hope that those of you celebrating your birthday today are going to have a day filled with lots of love, lots of joy, that all your birthday wishes come true, and that you make it a wonderful day as well. Okay, so let's move on. I have a few announcements. I want to remind everyone that we are, in honor of Thanksgiving and showing our gratitude for all of our blessings, we are also trying to provide blessings to others from our sister school at Leon Valley Elementary. So you may have seen this flyer that went home last Friday, last week. And if you need another one, we have more in the front office. So this flyer was to remind everyone that you can go to the Bees PTA store and make your donation through the online link and through the online store. A donation of $15 will get a turkey. We'll be able to purchase a turkey for a family in need at Leon Valley Elementary. So if you haven't already, grab a flyer. You can color it for fun, turn it in. You can turn one in for every donation that your family makes. If you're not an in-person learner and you want to make a donation, you can go on to the Bees PTA store as well. Remember that PTA is taking checks, cash, or you can pay with a credit card online. So make sure to share a little blessing with others by donating and showing how grateful you are. And speaking of grateful, November is definitely a month that we always think about the blessings. And one of my big blessings that I have is to be able to come to work and work around so many beautiful people. All of our teachers, our staff, our custodians, our nurses, our cafeteria workers, our instructional assistants, our office staff, everyone that we work with here at Ellison is so special and has just done an amazing job at keeping our hive strong and healthy and really shining with wonderful instruction. And I am just so proud of them. So our PTA and Mrs. Meneses have gotten together to provide a special meal today for all of our staff. So you're gonna, our teachers and staff can enjoy a meal from Torchy's. So teachers, don't forget to drop by the resource room downstairs when you have your lunchtime, so that you can grab your delicious meal from Torchy's today. We want you to know how much we appreciate all your hard work, all your efforts. We know that you work sometimes, 24 hours a day. You're always working on something to help your students, and we know it, we see it, and we appreciate it. And remember, teachers, that you need to love yourself and take care of yourself as well. Show yourself gratitude and give yourself some love by enjoying some time and remembering to disconnect when you have to. So students, maybe today would be a great day to share with your teachers why you are so grateful for them. Okay? All right, and speaking of being grateful, boys and girls, and speaking of special people in our lives, today's SEL lesson is, of course, about trustworthiness, right? So we've been talking a lot about trustworthiness, and I was thinking, one of the things that especially around Thanksgiving and the holidays, we start thinking about all the things that we're grateful for. And sometimes the first thing we think about is material items, things that we have, toys, games, and I want you to think a little differently today. I invite you to think about those around us, those people that we have around us that are trustworthy, that we are grateful for, the people that make our lives better, that bring something special to our lives. And when I was thinking about that, I was thinking, what are some of the attributes, the characteristics of some of these people that we have in our lives that we are grateful for and that are very trustworthy? Because if you notice, anyone that you are thankful for, anyone who makes your life better, I bet you can't think of anyone that you don't trust. In other words, whoever comes to mind, like for me, it's my Aunt Janie. She's someone that no longer is with us. She passed away a few years ago, but my entire life since I was a little girl, she has been one person that has always been there for me, and now she's there for me in spirit, because I still remember all the memories and all the life lessons that she taught me, and all the encouragement that she provided for me. But when I was thinking about my Aunt Janie, I was thinking she was definitely a trustworthy person, someone that I could rely on at any time, no matter what time of day, no matter when it was, no matter how old I was, I could always rely on my Aunt Janie. So I started realizing that in order to trust someone, they've got to have several attributes, several things that they do, or that they, characteristics that that are unique and that are important and that are special. So today I want to teach you some of the things that I think trustworthy people have, and I want you to start thinking as I talk about some of these different items or attributes. I want you to think of, who do you have in your life that you are grateful for, that is trustworthy? So here's the first one. One of the things about someone who's trustworthy is that they are always consistent. When what I mean by consistent is that they always, kind of do the same thing, but it's not about the things that they do. It's that their character never really changes. Who they are is who they are every day, no matter who they're around. So their way of being is always consistent. They don't really surprise you with one day they're here and one day they're over there. They're always consistent in the way that they stay true to themselves. They stay true to their character. So when I think about my Aunt Janie, I'm like, yeah, she was always that person that was very consistent, and I could always rely on her because of it. The next thing about a trustworthy person is that they're thoughtful of you, and they respect you and your boundaries. They don't try to make you do things that you don't want to do. They don't try to put you in situations that make you feel uncomfortable. So they're thoughtful, and they respect you, and they respect your boundaries. Okay? They don't try to change your mind about something that that they shouldn't be changing your mind on, or try to make you do things that are wrong. Another thing is, when you're around them, you can usually, you probably always feel relaxed, and you don't feel any stress around them. You feel calm, because there's something about them that that makes you feel that way. And it's probably because you can be yourself around them. So if you can be your own self, your unique self around them, and you don't have to hide things from them, and they don't hide things from you, and they're always telling you the truth, then that's probably why you feel comfortable around them. You feel relaxed and calm. So you know that they're honest, and so you can be honest with them. So that is another big one, another attribute of a trustworthy person. They also treat others with respect. Not only you with respect, but they treat others with respect. They're kind to others. They're compassionate. They think of other people before they think of themselves. You know, kind of going back to that word selfless that we were talking about. So they're selfless people. They're people that want to be better and to do better for others. Okay. When someone is trustworthy, they might also give you constructive criticism. And what that means is that they want you to be better, right? So they're not always going to tell you that you're perfect. In a nice way, in a respectful and kind way, they're going to give you some feedback so that you can be better. And it could be a friend. Like yesterday, I was talking to two boys, and we were talking about, you know, one boy was telling the other boy how sometimes it bothered him that he wouldn't wear his mask correctly. And so we talked about, well, you know, how does a good friend remind another friend of doing the right thing? You know, if I'm not wearing my mask correctly, I don't want Miss Wilson to say, Miss Meneses, put your mask on, you know? I want her to say like a little sign, you know, give me a little sign, or, oh, Miss Meneses, don't forget, cover your nose. You know, there's always a way to say things. So if people are trying to break you down and say things in a mean way, then maybe they're not very trustworthy. But if they're always careful with their words and they try to say things respectfully and with a lot of heart, then you know that they're trustworthy because they care about how their words make you feel. Another attribute of a trustworthy person is that when they're wrong, they admit it. They don't make excuses. They take responsibility for when they're wrong, because boys and girls, we are human, and all of us, no matter how good we try to be, there are going to be days and moments where we make mistakes. And so when we're wrong, a trustworthy person will admit that they're wrong. They'll apologize. They'll be very open about being wrong, and they won't try to put blame on others. They won't try to blame you or anyone else for their wrongdoing, and so they hold themselves accountable, okay? And then last but not least, they follow through. They do, and this goes back to that first part about being consistent, they do what they say they'll do. And when they don't do it, they hold themselves accountable for it. So again, they're very consistent. They follow through on what they say. Their word for them is very important. Remember we talked about, you know, all we have is our word? Well, their word is very important to them. So that is another attribute of a trustworthy person. So today, I want you to think about someone in your life, and it can be someone very close to your family that lives in your home, or it can be someone outside of your home, like my Aunt Janie. She never lived with us, but she's definitely someone that whenever I had a problem, I could always pick up the phone and call her. I always knew I could trust her to be honest with me and tell me when I was wrong, or validate my feelings when I knew, you know, when I felt like something was not okay. She was also someone, you know, some of you know that I love to sing, and I've been singing since I was a little girl. And one of the things that my Aunt Janie used to do is she and my mom used to always take me to the store. We used to live in Laredo, and so she used to drive me all the way to San Antonio to go to the karaoke stores where I could find the music to the songs that I wanted to sing, you know, the karaoke songs that don't have the words on there. Because before we didn't have YouTube and you couldn't get them on there. So my Aunt Janie was somebody who always wanted to foster and nurture me as a singer, as a student. So she always bought me books. She always sent me cards to encourage me. You know, when I moved to San Antonio, she would always, even as an adult, she would send me a special card, probably once a month, and just tell me how much she loved me and how proud she was of me. You know, so I always knew that I could count on my Aunt Janie. And I am so, to this day, even though she's no longer with us, I am so grateful. And just today, thinking about her and spending a few minutes reflecting on how grateful I am to have known my Aunt Janie and to have had her in my life, honestly, it just makes my morning so much better. And so that's what I want for you. Remember that when we're grateful, boys and girls, It makes us live happier. It makes our heart happier. It actually makes us feel better about our day and about everything that we're about to conquer. So today, practice gratitude. Be grateful. Think of that one special person that is trustworthy, that makes a big difference in your life. And maybe take a moment and send them an email, send them a card, make them a card, or just, when you get home later on today, maybe make a phone call and call them. And if they're in heaven, like my Aunt Janie, just make them a card and keep it with you. So I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that having gratitude makes your day better today. Remember that your teachers, Ms. Meneses, Ms. Hernandez, our vice principal, we are always here to support you, and we are those trustworthy people as well that want to be there to make your day better. So we're grateful to have you, and we're grateful to have all of our blessings, and we will keep talking about those blessings for the rest of the week. So have a wonderful day. Remember, be innovative, be bold, be Ellison. Bye-bye, boys and girls.